how's it going? This is Anthony Ottawes from Adventures in 3D, and I had a question come up in the forums. Unfortunately, I'm a few days late in when I said I would provide the answer to this, but I thought it was easier to do as a video for everybody than to answer only him directly. I hope this helps. This is all about having multiple files, your GLB, GLTF that is exported from Blender, and how to use those different models within your Web3d project. Hopefully this is easy to follow along. Let me know if you've got any questions based on these steps in order to have multiple files for your Web3d project. All right, let's get into it. We are going to start with this boilerplate that I like to send people. It's a really easy starter. We're going to say code, go ahead and copy this, come into Visual Studio, your new project, and we're going to say over here, clone repository. We're going to paste in value that we copied from GitHub, hit enter, and then from here we're just going to go ahead and give it a location, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in my documents, and it'll by default name it the same as the repository. Yeah, trust myself. This automatically downloaded that code base. I'm going to go ahead and open a new terminal here for now, and we are going to come back to this. Now in Blender, I'm going to have my objects that I want to export. I've got here a cube and a sphere to keep it simple. They're named cube and sphere, and they each have their own origins. So I'm going to select one and say File, Export, GLTF. I'm going to put it into the same location, and I'm going to put it in public for the repo that I just cloned. And I'm going to go ahead and name it whatever I want to keep track of here. And then what I want to do is include, I'm just going to say selected objects. There's obviously other things here we could modify on what we choose for these export features, but for now what's important is, let's say selected objects, so it just grabs the cube. I'll say export GLTF. I'm going to do the same thing with my other objects. And here we're going to say sphere. Include selected objects, export GLTF. So now I should have a cube and a sphere GLB. What I'm going to do is take my terminal. I'm going to go over to the public directory where we've got the files we exported, and I'm going to say npx gltf gsx, and then I'm going to point to the models that I exported. So cube.glb. That's great. Well, let's do the same thing for sphere.glb. All right, now we've got two different models. You can see we've got a sphere and we've got a cube. But these are in the public directory, so let's go ahead and move these into the source directory. Let's take a look at what we've got. If we say npm run, oh, we need to go back up to the root. We'll say npm run dev, and we should get, great. So this is the default thing. This is not using our cube and sphere, but it just shows that the project is running. So let's go back to our project. We're going to go into app, and here you can see we've got box imported from Dre. We don't need that for now, but we can leave it. That's fine. What we want to do is import our models here that we've created. So I want to import, see what's exported here. This is exported model, and I believe cube is going to say the same thing. So I don't want to bring in both as model. I can either change what these export as, or I can import them as something else and rename it at that point. For today, what I'm going to do is change their names in these because I find that's just a little easier to keep track of. Go back into our app and we're going to say import sphere from sphere. And then we're going to do the same thing with cube. Cube from cube. Great. And now let's take it, let's get rid of this box and let's try sphere. Sure. And I'm just going to save it now. Let's save this. And let's see what we get. Did I not save it? Let me see. Cube from cube, sphere from sphere. So cube, export. Oh, see, that just needed to be saved. And we'll save this one too. Great. Let's go back into app. So we just need to get rid of this for now. We don't have a reference to our new stuff. Let's come back. And you can see we've got our sphere. Nothing mind-blowing here. And let's go ahead and add our cube. Now you can see we've got our cube and our sphere. These were pulled in at the same coordinates that they were in Blender. So if you want to pull them in at different coordinates, just go into your file and change their position. I think I prefer to have the position set at a higher level, but you can set it at any level you want. I would probably zero them out inside the model, but mainly I wanted you to see how to use different models. You know, I can have one Blender file, get different models from it, split my stuff up, have each one in their own GLB, their own JSX, set their properties, you know, manage them separately, and then inside of the app, I'm just going to pull them in like this, and I can use them wherever I want. So you don't have to name them something as generic as model. You can have as many split up objects as you want. I hope that helps.